What's going on, everybody? Week 16. Happy week 16. Early Merry Christmas for everybody. I got my Merry Flippin'... What does it say? What's it say here? Merry Flippin' Christmas. Okay. I got my Merry Flippin' Joey Bats ugly Christmas sweater. Back in 2016, when he hit that homer against the Texas Rangers, flip the bat, iconic. Still remember exactly where I was. Anyways, happy week 16. Merry Christmas to everybody. We got a good treat this week. We got a Thursday nighter. We got 2 Saturdays. We got a boatload of games on Christmas Eve on Sunday. And then we got a triple header on Christmas Day. So I want to give you guys my 4, what I feel is the locks of the day. My best bets. And again, guys, nothing in life is a guarantee. Nothing in life is a lock. What I'm trying to do here is giving you guys your best bets, best chance to win. Okay? But nothing in life is guaranteed. We all know that, or we'd all be millionaires and this stuff would be easy. Okay, let's start. Let's start with the week 16 opening matchup. It's the New Orleans Saints the New Orleans Saints away to the LA Rams. They're both 7-7. This is a crucial game for both teams. They're both holding on to that last playoff spot. Right now, the Rams currently got it based on tiebreakers. But I do still like the Saints. I still like the Rams. They're both 7-7, but we're going with the Rams at home minus 220. Okay? I like the Rams. I like the receivers. Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, Matt Stafford. Kyron Williams is back. They're rolling. They should have beat the Ravens a few weeks ago. They looked good against the Redskins last week. They've scored 4 straight games of 28 points or more. This being a short week, the Saints traveling all the way to California. I really like the Rams in a desperate game. The Saints will live for another week. They play the Bucs next week, and they still have everything to win next week with the division. So first game of the parlay, let's go Rams. Next, Green Bay at Carolina. Carolina came up with a gritty 9-7 win with about 1,000 people in the stands. 45-cent tickets if you lived in Carolina. Go watch a fucking football game, okay? I go to Miami. It cost me $400 a ticket to watch a game. For 45 cents, you can't go wrong. Go watch NFL football. Anyways, Green Bay's at home. Green Bay's away to Carolina this week. Green Bay's coming off a tough loss to the Bucs, but they're still 6-8. They're still holding on, trying to get into that last playoff spot. I like Green Bay. So we got 1 Rams tonight. Green Bay, 1 o'clock on Sunday. Third game I really like are the Seattle Seahawks against the Tennessee Titans. When I saw this game early last week, I was like, I like Seattle, but if Seattle loses to Philly Monday night, their chances of making the playoffs aren't as good. But now that Drew Lock pulled them out a victory, Geno's back. They're 7-7. They're tied with the Rams. They're tied for the Vikings. They want to get in. I think Seattle makes the playoffs, and this is a step in the right direction. Let's go Seattle, money line, minus 150. So recap, we got the Rams, we got Green Bay, and we got Seattle. Last game that I really like on the money line are the Denver Broncos at home to the New England Patriots. They're calling this the Holiday Classic. It's on Christmas Eve, 8:15 Sunday night on NBC. I love the Broncos to just win. We're not taking the 6.5 spread. It's a little risky. I like the Broncos keeping their playoff hopes alive. They're still 7-7. They're coming off 2 hard losses. I like the Broncos at home in a get-me-better game against the New England Patriots. So a 4-way parlay. Rams, Green Bay, Seattle, Denver. $20 pays you 95, or 100 pays you 475. So there's a treat, guys. Because it's Christmas week and I'm feeling good and I really like a lot of the games, I'm going to give you guys a second parlay. In case you don't catch this video on time and I got the Thursday nighter included on this 4-way parlay and you don't get time to put your bets in for Saturday, Sunday, or you just don't like the Rams, I'm going to give you another 5-way parlay starting on Christmas Eve, and we're going to go with a few teams you've already taken. Again, we're going to start with the Green Bay Packers. They're away to Carolina. Green Bay needs to win this to stay in the playoff chase. We're taking Green Bay. Second, we're going with Seattle. Seattle coming off a great win against the Eagles on Monday night. They're 7-7. We're taking Seattle, Geno Smith, DK Metcalf, Smith and Jigba. We're taking them minus 150 in Tennessee. Another desperate team that needs to win. Third one I like is a Christmas Eve special between the Dallas Cowboys and the Miami Dolphins. Both are 10-4. Both haven't really beat teams with winning records. Dallas did. They did beat the Eagles at home, but they've struggled. They've lost to the Cardinals away. You know, my heart wants to take Miami, and I should take Miami, and we are going to take Miami. The Miami Dolphins are going to roll this Sunday. They're going to beat Dallas. They're going to shut the critics. They're going to go 11-4. Dallas just has a tough stretch, playing in Buffalo, up in Western New York, then flying all the way back to Texas, then now flying all the way to South Florida. They got a lot better weather. It should help them. It looks like Dallas didn't even want to be on the field in Western New York. But that being said, I still really like the Miami Dolphins at home. So we got Green Bay, Seattle, Miami. Miami's a little tricky one. They're not a lock, but either is Dallas. But this is going to create a lot of value on your ticket. Second one I really like, or the fourth one I really like, is again the Broncos at home to beat the Patriots. Broncos are still clinging to a playoff chance. They're 7-7. They're a game out. Let's take Denver on the money line at minus 300. Last but not least, to make this ticket really juicy, I'm not saying you have to do it, because more games you add on a parlay makes it a lot more difficult to hit. We know this. But to make this a fifth one, a Christmas special day, the last game of the week, I love the Ravens to cover the 5.5 spread against the San Francisco 49ers. It's going to be a really, really tight game. I'm not saying Baltimore is going to win it, but this is a game between two MVP candidates who are actually the front runners to win MVP, Lamar Jackson and Brock Purdy. I like Lamar. I like Baltimore. I like Baltimore to cover that 5.5. It's going to be a really close game. Ravens still want that number one seed. And to be honest, this game is not as desperate for the San Francisco 49ers. They could actually lose one of their last three and still get home field advantage. I'm not saying they're thinking that way, but I think it's a more important game to Baltimore. And I just think it's going to come down to a field goal. So give me the 5.5 points with Baltimore, and we'll add them to our money line picks of Green Bay, Seattle, Miami, Denver, and the Ravens at 5.5. $20 on that five-way parlay will pay you $220, or $100 will pay you $1,100 payout. If you want to go in between $50, half of that $1,100 is still a really good ticket. And because it's Christmas, guys, and I really like the games this week, I'm going to give you a couple underdog value picks that I really like. Obviously, them being an underdog, they are not a lock. I'm not telling you to bet the mortgage on it. Don't put the farm on it. But these are some underdog picks that I think are going to come through. The first one I really, really like this weekend is the Washington Commanders at the New York Jets. For some reason, the Jets are getting -3 on the point spread, which is making Washington an underdog. Last time I checked, the Jets suck. Okay? I don't care that they're playing at fucking home. The Jets suck. Not that Washington's any better, but the Jets have just officially been eliminated from the playoffs. Rodgers said he ain't coming back. I think this team is down and out. Washington still has their key players. They got a lot of key injuries as well on defense and the offensive line. But last time I checked, they still got their quarterback, Sam Howell. The Jets don't know what they're doing at quarterback. We don't even know who's starting. Tim Boyle, who started last game, got cut. So we got Sam Howell back for the Redskins. We got their star players. They got Terry McLaurin, Johan Dotson. We're not sure if Brian Robinson's playing, but they still got Gibson. I love the plus 140 value that the Commanders are getting. They score some points. They're a cold weather team just like the Jets, so it's not going to be affected. I like the Washington Redskins as an upset this week for plus 140. So $100, you get a return of $240, $140 profit. Last but not least, a sneaky little underdog pick I like, which you could parlay with the Rams tonight, is the first game on Saturday that we got between the Bengals and the Steelers. I know, the Steelers are a mess. But you know what? The Bengals have, last couple games that the Bengals have played in have won, they weren't too convincing. Okay, they kind of got lucky against Jacksonville on that Monday night game, Jake Browning's first game. They played well. He put up 300 yards in passing. but there was still a couple times of the game where the Jags just let that game slip away, right? And then last week, the Bengals came up with a gritty win at home, but they were down 24-10 to the Vikings. Lucky for a couple T. Higgins miraculous plays, or the Bengals would have lost. I look at this game as a typical Steelers gritty 10-7, 13-10, 17-13. Stay alive in the playoffs. The Bengals are 8-6. Steelers are 7-7. Steelers win. They're both 8-7. They're both occupying potentially that last playoff spot. A lot of teams are jockeying right now. We got a lot of 8-6 and 7-7 teams. If the Steelers don't win today or don't win Saturday, their hopes are done. It's over. That makes me feel like I like the Steelers in a little redemption game with all that's going on with George Pickens, and they don't know who they're playing at quarterback. Give me the Steelers at home. You want to make it a little bit of a value pick. Put the Rams and the Steelers on a quick little two-way money line parlay. $100 on those two will pay you $330. Last but not least, I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. On that note, I'm going to leave you with a little Christmas jingle and Christmas spirit. So long. Look, it's snowing in Miami.